Hey everyone, this is Gaming Emblem, and I'm revisiting my role of early reviewer for the RX-0 Unicorn Gundam Unit 2, more fondly known as the Banshee for Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. Before we get started, I want to thank the folks at Bandai Namco and BB Studios for reaching out to me and allowing my channel early access to information about Banshee, so we can have this video ready before launch. I also want to add that none of the gameplay in this video is mine, and upon recording, I've not had a chance to play the suit or see any official info outside of my included notes, so my impressions may change on release once I've had a chance to play this beast. Banshee is going to be a 700 cost raid unit. While I do not have a confirmed rarity yet, if this lion is anything like its equine brother, it should be a 4-star unit as well. This time around, we've been provided more details for the unit, and will showcase stats and skills here briefly. Just keep in mind though, that these stats and details are not final, and could still be subject to some change upon release of the suit. One thing I found interesting is that Banshee has space compatibility, but since it's supposed to have been spec'd for atmospheric operations and lore, I kinda wonder why they went with the space option. That aside though, since I'll be covering Banshee's kit in a bit more detail soon, I'll avoid a more detailed breakdown of the stats here, but feel free to pause the video if you want to take a closer look at anything. That being said, I do however want to make a mention of some of the notable skills Banshee is packing while we're here. First up is Maneuver Armor level 3. While not a new skill, only taking around 70% stagger buildup will be important for giving Banshee the protection it needs to close the gap. Well, unless Sinaju decides it's time for you to stop having fun anyway. Speaking of Sinaju, Banshee comes equipped with Emergency Evasion level 2. I personally think having level 2 allows the Banshee, like the Zaku 4 Type S, to take a hit that may disregard maneuver armor, and still have a roll to get out of trouble while possibly keeping some boost gauge available. Lastly, I want to make note of the special Armed Armor VN Armor skill. This skill is similar to the buffer skills that currently exist in game, but it also comes with an additional benefit in the form of reduced stagger buildup from ranged beam weapons. This allows Banshee's equipped Vibro Nail to act as a sort of shield against beam weapons. Moving on to Banshee's weapons, we have its primary range weapon, the Armed Armor BS. The BS acronym stands for Beam Smart Gun, and you'll be able to outsmart your opponents if you use it properly. Banshee's Beam Smart Gun clocks in at 2800 power, and while quite a bit lower than its brother Unicorn's 3600 power Magnum, the Smart Gun cannot be charged, but it has a piercing effect. I personally love this, and piercing should come in handy when you have to fight a support and its general bodyguard. Next up, we have the primary melee, the Banshee Arm Beam Saber. Base damage comes in at 2950, and like the Unicorn, you seem to be pulling from the Federation's playbook for the swing patterns, with a generous neutral and downswing. Moving into Banshee's secondary weapons, we'll start with the Head Vulcan Mark III. These Vulcans share all the same characteristics of Unicorn's Vulcans, but I'm not able to confirm if they have the same stagger value. It does appear to take about as many shots to stun as Unicorn, and this will be a good thing if that continues to be the case upon release. Next up is Banshee's secondary melee, Armed Armor VN, which is a Vibro Nail I mentioned from the skill list section. The attack patterns seem to be pretty similar to some of the other boxing style mobile suits, and most noteworthy is the Banshee's downswing, which is an advancing uppercut. Lastly, and possibly most importantly, we have Banshee's secondary Armed Armor BS Discharge. The weapon is similar to the Code Fairy version of the White Rider's MBL, and fires a multi-hitting Jirobi or MBL style beam that does not require any charging to fire. You do have to stand still during the discharge though. The beam seems powerful at 700 power and appears to hit multiple times on a target during the animation, and with only a 4-second cooldown, you should be able to have it ready to go quickly. This will be a powerful tool for punching through Kshatriya's eye field, or stopping a charging Sinaju or NTD Unicorn in its tracks. Speaking of NTD Unicorn, Banshee also comes equipped with the same NTD ability boost skill, which allows the unit to activate NTD once its health is dropped below 80%. You recover the HP of your parts, but also take damage over time with the skill effect. Your stats also change during this effect in the form of a transfer of 15 range strength to melee strength, giving you a base of 60 melee strength. You also get an increase to your movement speed, and turning speed is improved. This isn't the only benefit you get from activating NTD though. Your skill list is vastly improved, with most skills getting upgraded by 1 level, and gaining the skills Optimized Cooling Efficiency Level 2 and Heavy Attack. Offense System also gets upgraded to the Enhanced Offense System skill. I would also like to mention that in my provided notes, NTD should also give Banshee the Pursuit Melee Auxiliary program, but the skill seems to be missing from the list in my provided clips. I want to make note of the Enhanced Offense System here. It performs similar to normal offense system, but also boosts the priority of Banshee's melee. This is very interesting since this will be the first suit to have priority 4 on normal melee weapons. I believe this should allow you to also clash with heavy attackers, unless heavy attack has some property as a skill that allows you to beat normal melee weapons. I digress though. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Banshee's adjusted weapons, starting with the Armed Armor VN deployed. This upgrade to the Armed Armor VN increases the attack power to 3600, and also adds a knee or heavy stagger to the weapon's normal swings. This is also the weapon that gains the charge for heavy attacks. Charge time is fast at 1.5 seconds, and is almost as fast as a Hazel 2. The animation is a simple downward swipe with the vibro menu, and appears to be intended to be used as a powerful follow-up after knocking someone down. Although, I'm sure all of our R2 holders out there will be making sure their hand glows with an awesome power. The rest of Banshee's kit seems to perform the same in NTD as they do in normal mode. I don't have a problem with this for the most part, but I do find it somewhat unfortunate that Banshee does not get access to a Beam Tonfa sub-weapon. It's most likely fine already with his current melee kit, and I get that it has the Vibro Mill taking up its other hand, but like Unicorn, Banshee does also unlock 2 additional Beam Sabers, and is able to also use Beam Tonfa in TD mode. I'm very excited to try Banshee. I think it has good potential to become a powerful option. Unlike Enhanced Double Zeta Gundam, which gets stopped by Sinaju, or Zaku 4 that loses some options if Unicorn is around, Banshee can work around Sinaju and does not get hindered by opposing NTD since it lacks Saikuni weapons. Having your own NTD also allows you to vastly limit the options when pushing the Kshatriya, giving you more ease to take the supports. The HP drain in NTD may be a bit taxing since Banshee will not have the option to use an Awaken mode to recover her HP. I'm also a bit worried about the duration of NTD. If it's the same as Unicorn, you only get 45 seconds. This should be enough time to take out a support or bolster your abilities in a quick 1v1, but may not be enough time to make a notable impact in a prolonged team fight. Here's to hoping this will be trumped by high damage output or something. Thanks for watching everyone. I would like to remind you that the contents of this video could be subject to change upon release, and some stats or skills could be different. Please make sure to like and subscribe, but also check out my channel on Twitch where I make most of my content live. Let me know your thoughts on the Banshee in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.